Guys, I got asked to do a review for the Analytic Geometry Unit Test, and it actually would help you with any of the quizzes as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and I'm going to do maybe one or two questions from each homework set that leads up to it. So here's the Analytic Geometry section. The first thing we talk about is distance formula. So I'm just going to pick this right here, and I'm just going to randomly pick some problem in here to do. So let's just do this one right here. Okay, so a little bit. What's the distance between these 2 points? Now, what I always tell people is there's a formula. Again, you can go and do the distance formula. I just don't think about the distance formula. I just simply make it into a right triangle. And again, as I always say on these things, forgive my drawing. I'm not a great artist in the first place. And then throw in the fact that it's on a computer and it's worse. So from here to here is a total distance of 9. From here to here, I'm starting at 2, I'm ending at 6, this is 4. So and this is the distance I want. So I just apply Pythagorean's theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. One leg squared plus the other leg squared equals the hypotenuse squared. So 81 plus 16 gives me a total of 97, which is d squared, and I take the square root. And so if you look, the answer is clearly D. So there's one. All right. So that's the distance formula. So then the next idea covered is the midpoint formula. And again, we'll just randomly pick a question here as soon as it opens up. Okay, so again, we'll just randomly take one of the questions right here. And again, we'll make it a little bigger so we can read it. And it says, tells us the point is negative 6, 8, tells us the point is 6, negative 7, wants to know where the midpoint is. So again, I do the same thing effectively, the same basic idea is I make a right triangle. And then I think about it, I want to be halfway. Well, that bottom one is horrible. So I'll talk about my change. So from this point to this point is 15. From this point to this point is 12. I'm going to cut them in half. So this is going to cut into 2 segments of 6. Now, this one's a little bit different. It's the middle point is a little ugly because it's not nice. It's 7.5 and 7.5. Now, I don't care whether you start at A or you start at B, but so basically what we're going to do is we're going to go down 7.5 and then over 6. So if this is my point right here, and I'm going to go down 7.5, I start at 8, I go down 7.5, I'm left at 0.5 or 1/2. And then if I'm going to go right 6, I'm going to land at 0. So that is the point 0 and 1/2 or 0.5. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's the end of the distance midpoint formula. So I'm going to wrap this one up just so I don't run into technical difficulties. And then I'll make one for dividing line segments.